that we could do with them back. Actually, we got a nice new group of young ladies learning gardening. They could do with someone to point them in the directions. They had no idea of the basics. I'm just trying to point them in the directions now, but they could do a structural course. They'd love it.
Hi, I'm Nat Kendrick Doyle. I am the Adult Officer for First Campus and I'm based at USW. For this project, I was one of the co-coordinators along with the staff here at CAER Heritage Centre. My role was to put on these courses to help coordinate the delivery of these courses for new and existing participants.
Yes, I will definitely go on the First Campus course, definitely. And if there's any more, I'll keep on going while I'm still young.
My name is Charlotte McCarthy and I'm the coordinator here at CAER Heritage. So I work with Natalie in First Campus and it's a sort of two-pronged approach. Often there's funding that we can use to bring out courses, but there's also needs in the community that we can take to Natalie to for her to help us address. So for instance, you know, the two most recent courses, the first one was designing a garden and we just had this place built and there was nothing in terms of the garden and we didn't want it as a project to be something that staff have to do. Like, it's an opportunity for community members to come and be a part of what we do. But then within that, there's also an opportunity to learn some new skills and, you know, really sort of invest in our community members. So that's just like one example of where that partnership really works. You know, our community members have learned new skills and a part of our project. We have a space now that's thriving and First Campus helped put on a really successful course.
Actually, if I can say this, but my mental state and other people here who've got their mental states or illnesses or whatever actually developed us more doing things. That just kept us all together, just keep us going. We want more sessions and just keep us going, keep us coming here, keep this building going. You know, get us all stimulated in our bodies and mind, and that's what I want to keep on going. Otherwise, we're just left at home, and there's too many vulnerable people here, and that's what we want, to keep these buildings going, keep us going.
So the challenges that we faced are some of our learners at a variety of different levels. The nature of our projects, we do bring in people from further than our immediate community sometimes. So the facilitators did a really good job at addressing that and making it inclusive. But it's something that's in my mind, certainly when we're putting on courses, to make sure that it's accessible.
I've been gardening since I was about 5. So it's very nice to brush up. And it's great for the ones who haven't got a clue to learn the basics. And that's what it's for.
So our objectives with this project was to try something new, really. It's an area around history and archaeology that we've not worked on before. There was some existing interest from CAER Heritage, which is a new centre here. They had lots of participants that were interested in doing some learning around what they was doing as volunteers in the centre. So we wanted to put something on which perhaps gave them some further insight into what they could learn or where they could go from here and where they could take their skills.
I'd definitely go on a First Campus course again. I've been lucky enough to do many courses with Live Local, Learn Local and First Campus, and I'm just grateful to for the opportunity to do anything that's thrown our way. If it wasn't for CAER, we wouldn't have these courses in our community. So I'd like to take part in any that are thrown at us. My name is Helen McCarthy and I took part in the Iron Age sewing course. I've gained probably new friends. I say friends, I've met a lot of different people from different backgrounds, but amazingly we all have the same interests. So the main thing for me, apart from an added interest in a different part of the archaeology, that's the clothing, I've just made new friends. And that's been lovely because the project's been going on so long. you tend to meet the same people time and time again, but for some reason this course brought in a different type of person, people from different areas of Cardiff, different backgrounds, even people that were working, that were taking time off work to come here. So for some reason this course tapped into something really important. I don't know what that is, but I would love to do it again.
The project just went really, really well. Well, the two of them, and I think for a few reasons. I think the learners loved to come in. I think there was this amazing atmosphere all the time. You know, people chatting, meeting new people as well, sharing interests, and having that space for other conversation within the learning sort of environment. So whilst you're doing a gardening course, you're also talking about growing up in the area or interests and stuff. So I think that sort of personal side of things was just perfect. And even again in the sewing course, it was blissful walking in because it was like a lovely spring afternoon, the windows were open, you hear the birds singing and people are chatting and calmly sewing. It was just lovely. But then on top of that, we now have costumes for school trips to come, and we've got this amazing garden where we're growing food for community members, and we've also got an amazing working relationship with First Campus. So I feel just like everything just went really, really well.
So with these courses, we started with the designing a community garden. We then moved on to the traditional dressmaking, which gave some of the learners opportunity to take part in both. Some did, some didn't. And then we're looking to move on to some more archaeology type courses, some digs, looking at some medieval history. We're also looking at some intergenerational programs as well, so we're looking at Skillshare from the people that have been on the courses for them to use what they've learned to then teach other people, predominantly for the next project that we're thinking of, children. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities for people to move on and use the skills that they've learned in a way that they feel best benefits them, really.
It's actually rebuilt me, rebuilt my my mind, rebuilt my personality, and respect with people with what they need to do themselves in developing and coming to places like these. Well, it's become a family, and this is what we need, and this is what all the communities need, is places like this to become a family, come here and talk, learn new skills, develop, and just keep on going in life, really.
I would definitely get involved in First Campus courses again, 100%. I think it's an absolute blessing to be able to do these things for free.
So off the back of particularly the dressmaking course, we've had lots of successes really for individual learners. We've had learners that have looked to progress into further learning, as in academic learning, so level 4 and beyond qualification. But we've also had some more personal achievements in the fact that we've had a couple that have built their own business off the back of this. They are making traditional dress. They are using that for various different things really, for film, for selling, for reenactments. We've also had one lady who enjoyed the weaving so much. She's actually going to a conference in Denmark later this year. We're not quite sure what a weaving conference looks like, but she will be there.
First Campus, they're working really hard to make sure that throughout the community, not just the university, there's access to further education. And further education looks different for everybody. And there is no sort of criteria of what that looks like. And if somebody coming to this is, an end in itself, then great. So I think that that's really wonderful. And I think for us, we're trying to do sometimes things a little bit off the wall. First Campus are on the back going like, yeah, crack on. So it's a really nice sort of partnership.
In all honesty, I don't think anything could be improved. The only thing would be to make the course longer or to repeat it. I honestly can't fault the course, and that's the truth.
So if this course ran again, I think the use of the centre has been fantastic, and it's something that we're going to continue to use really as a venue. The staff have been great. We've had lots of opportunities to do different things here. We've already got some more courses planned actually for the coming year. For the actual courses, the things that we would keep the same, definitely the tutors. The tutors were incredible. The opportunities that they gave the learners, amazing. And the learners themselves, the learners were brilliant. They were really grateful for what they were learning.
So I think, yeah, in terms of like, if we're going to be realistic, there are different levels of what would be needed. And I think the warts and all is, if we were going to be quite honest about what courses this community needed, it's basic literacy, it's digital literacy. I think a lot of the work we do, whilst we're doing all the really nice well-being stuff, we're undoing lots of years of stigma or, you know, lack of investments, and that's well-being, mental health, food crisis, again, education aspects. So I think you encourage people in, and then you wait for them to identify what's next. Some people might never say, you know, I really do want to learn to read, go to university, but they might come in and find a purpose elsewhere. So I think you just have to like keep that space open, and that's why the relationship with First Campus is so important, because when that day comes that someone says, right, cool, I know who I'm going to first. So that's the sort of more honest side of it, I think.